What's up? Smokes, we got 21 people so far. We'll give it a second, see what we get. Say something in the chat so I know who's here. Sorry, the computer's on my lap. Might be a little bouncy if I go like that. Oh! If you have any questions on anything, if you want to say anything, we got a live chat. Put it in there. Let me know who's here. It doesn't tell me who's here. Tucker, Joe, Ethan, Nick, what up? What up? It is, what should we call it? Battle, the eve of the battle? Battle's Eve? I don't know. Oh, we got Jake B, Snow Wolf. I don't know who Snow Wolf is. That's kind of fun. Ethan Moore, Jonathan Buckley, Taylor Boys. Hey, this is where it's at tonight. Jazz fan for life, baby. What's up? While we're waiting for some people, I looked up some jokes. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Here you go. How do you get a country girl's attention? A tractor. A tractor. Kills me. Kills me. Oh, you like the jacket? Oh, what the? Hmm. Well, I got the shirt on too. I get these clothes. I gotta wear them, you know. Hopefully, play as well as the Jazz. Like 1080 right now. Amen. Oh shoot, we're up to 48. 48 people. We'll give it to like 5 after, and then we'll start getting into the nit and gritty stuff. Will there be a vendor at the course tomorrow? I don't believe so. If Adrian's on here, he can pipe up. I know he's coming. I know he's brought some stuff, but I don't think they're vending. It's kind of cold to be outside vending this. I recently got charged with forgery. I tried to slip the judge a $30 bill, but it didn't really help my case because $30 bills don't exist. Oh, jeez, killing me, killing me. Hey, what did the police officer say to his belly button? You're under a vest. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, we got 60. I see 60 so far. That's pretty good. If you laughed at home, make me feel better and give like a little LOL or like haha in the chat, you know? That's all I can see is the chat. Can't hear you guys. Maybe I should have done like a Zoom call, then I could hear you. There you go. That makes me feel better. Uh, let's see. Hey, which bear is the most condescending? A panda. Oh boy. My kids are going to be teenagers soon, and I'm going to get that kind of look. Is there a place to warm up before the round? Bretton, you're not the first one to ask that question. You are not, and I will tell you, I just set out a practice basket this afternoon, kind of right by where the parking lot is around there. That's the only basket you can warm up on, but you have the whole back nine of the actual golf course that you can go out and throw your heart out. So, but there is not another basket besides the one practice basket. What's the earliest you can get there? 7:30. 7:30 a.m. is when we are going to open the gates and be there. So that's when we're going to be there. All right. It's only 8:04. I said 8:05, didn't I? All right. Let's find one more joke. I got some. I got to look them up. Hmm. What would the Terminator be called in his retirement? The X-Terminator? The Terminator is the X-Terminator. My wife asked me to get 6 cans of Sprite from the grocery store. I realized when I got home that I had picked 7 up. Oh man. Bag carts aren't going to be a problem, are they? Like a Zuka cart? Should be fine. I don't know. When there was snow on the ground, it was a little pain in the butt to pull those, but not bag carts shouldn't be a problem. Unless they got beer in them, then that's a problem. Don't do that. All right, let's get into it. We got 69 people. Zuka cart's good. Oh, Turbo Ted in there. Go Cache Valley Disc Golf. Look at you rapping, Ted. What's up? I like me some Cache Valley Disc Golf. Why should you never write with a dull pencil? It's a good question. Because you'd never get to the point, is my guess. Because there is no point. All right. So I hope you guys all got the email this afternoon or saw the post with all the information. I really hope you read it. There's a great story about my friend Jerry Lee Bagger. My guy, my man. My heart goes out to Jerry Lee Bagger. Awesome. Thank you. Not worried about the best. Oh, yep. All right. Jerry Lee Bagger's the man. If you want to know about Jerry Lee, you got to go read what I put out, what I emailed. All right. Let's go. So, check in tomorrow morning. Let's go over that. When you get there, everybody has a tea time. I hope you've seen your tea time. Some have changed a little bit, but I've notified you if your tea time's changed. So, yeah, I will be in the pro shop, up inside, staying warm because I have to be there all day, 7:30 to whatever time we're done. So I'm going to be in there getting warm. Try not to come in the pro shop too often. We don't. I mean, it's only so big. We only want so many people. They are going to be having lunch there. I mean, you can buy hamburgers, hot dogs if they've got them, whatever. Sandwiches. They are going to be making some food. So if you want to buy your food there, you're welcome to it. But there's not really places to sit inside there. It's all going to be kind of up. So you're going to have to take it outside or take it to your car or whatever. So try not to congregate in the pro shop. But I'll be there. Your tea time. Make sure you're in there in the pro shop 10 minutes before your tea time. So there's going to be at least 2 groups at every tea time going to be there at the same time to give the same spiel. There's 3 or 4 people on every card. Only one card has 5 people. That's the ladies. But whoever's teeing off on the east and the west at that time, 10 minutes before, show up and we'll go over some stuff. If you have any questions, it won't take long. But you'll pick out your player pack discs. With the player pack discs, they're pretty awesome. All right, they're RPM discs. If you haven't heard of them, they're out of New Zealand. They put some these. My wife, who doesn't care about disc golf or anything like that, was going through these discs with me just to help me out, and she said though she was impressed by how beautiful these discs are. So you'll get an RPM Tui, which is a putter, which is a great hyzer flip throwing putter. It goes straight for days and doesn't have really any fade at all. It's incredible disc. The other disc you'll get is a Kahoo. That's an overstable distance driver. It's it's a great disc as well, and they're beautiful. So you'll get in. There's boxes and boxes of them. Please don't go through the boxes like crazy over and over trying to find the right disc. It's going to take forever. Just pick one, and if you want to trade with people later, you can trade people later. But just take the right ones and then be on your way. It'd be pretty helpful, so we don't touch everything over and over. If it gets too crazy, it's going to come to the point where I'm just going to hand you a Kahoo and a Tui, and if you want a different one, you're going to have to go trade it with someone else. So let's not get it too crazy. Who says they hate us? Someone said they hate us. I don't know who hates us. They don't hate us. 10 minutes before, we'll get you out there. Your tea time. So if you've got an 8 o'clock tee time, be in there at 7:50. We'll go over stuff. You'll get out. You're going to go off your official cell phone time for the 2-minute warning. So when you get to 2 minutes before your tee time, no more practice throws, and you'll go out and play your first round. The second round, okay. Let's go over scoring. We're going to use the PDGA scorecard, the digital scoring. The code for that is RPM. I don't believe it's case sensitive, so you can just put in RPM. Only one person on the card at a time has to keep score, so it should be all set up for the first round. I'm hoping it'll be set up for the second round with everybody on your card. If it's not for the second round, if there's no names when you go to start it, you'll just have to search the people. Your second round card is going to be the exact same as your first round card. With the way the PDGA system is set up, a lot of people ask me, why can't we reshift them, readjust them? With this big of a field, our last group for round one goes out at 11:38, and then our first group goes out just before noon again further to round two. And so round one is still going to be going on while we start round two, and you can't, with their system, it doesn't let you regenerate the tee times while the round is still going. So to make it simple, we're just going to keep the same group both rounds, and you're going to show up like our guy, Jerry Lee Bagger. Jerry Lee shows up on time. Jerry Lee shows up 5 minutes before his second round tee time to the T1 tee box. So please, for your second round, get together with your card. One person's going to keep score again. You may have to put up JLB for life, Chad. You may have to input the names yourself. I'm going to try and set it up so you don't have to, but I don't know if that's possible or not. So you may have to put the names in yourself. A backup scorecard would be a good idea. I'd recommend. We have just general purpose scorecards for the Bluff in there. I'll bring some myself, but try to keep it digital if we can. That way we're not passing anything around. So I would suggest UDisc as a backup. Also, because UDisc also has the GPS coordinates in there for all the lit distances of the holes, the tee boxes, the pins, where they're all at, so you know you're throwing to the right basket. So have someone keep on the PDGA and someone else keep the UDisc. Best way to go. That's what Jerry Lee would do. Jerry Lee. Let's see. Moving on. We talked about second round. Anytime you come in the pro shop, please have a mask on. State requirements. We're indoors. We got to have a mask. Let's wear a mask. The Bluff has been super awesome working with us. Let's keep everybody safe there and just keep me safe because I got to deal with 217 now people. We were up to 230, but some people got scared. It is a battle. It's a battle at the Bluff. There's going to be some people dropping out, getting a little nervous, But we're good. All right. Scorekeeping. We talked about scorekeeping. Here's a big thing. We've kept the groups to 4 or less for the most part. Like I said, there's one group of 5, but they're the very last group to go out. So there shouldn't be too much weight, but please, please, please keep a steady pace. There's only so much daylight hours that we have. There's not a lot. We would have fit more people in this event if we could have, but the daylight doesn't allow that to happen. So please, please, please keep a steady pace. Keep it moving. Let's talk about the course. So most tournaments I've done, I've put out caddy books, different things like that. That's where I'm getting at right now. Stephanie Buckley. What's considered OB? So most tournaments I've done, I've put out some sort of caddy book where I've sent out the T signs for each one. That information will be on the PDGA app for each hole, and a lot of them, to be honest, don't have anything. It's pretty general. When we have tournaments at the Bluff during the summer, we normally play the sand traps or the bunkers as a hazard. We normally play the greens as out of bounds, and we have long grass that we play as a hazard. None of that is in play, meaning anywhere you throw even if it's in a bunker, on the green, it's in play. You're good. There's no out of bounds on any of that. The only out of bounds come into play are over a fence, which there's some, and that includes any of the driving range fences. There's like hole 2 on the east course. On the short course there, you throw them back. There's a wooden fence that separates the short course from the driving range. If you throw over that fence, you're out of bounds. So that fence line is OB. So any fence line is OB. Hole 1 on that east course, that's the first hole on the short course. There's a couple, that one's there's a fence line that surrounds it the most. There's a shed that's right there. And the one side of it has kind of a carport with a little Volkswagen Beetle in it or something. Inside that is OB. Okay, so just take the line of where the roof line comes down, and if you can't tell if it's in or out, if it's right there on the line, then it's in. Benefit to the player, get a card consensus, and move on. On the other side of that, by the parking lot side of the fence, there's a gate that's like a drive-through gate. The line is between pole to pole. I didn't mark it because I didn't know if there was going to be snow or anything like that. Nick, there's not 8 people on your card. I believe it's 2 separate courses that you're looking at. But hole 1 on the east course, there's like gates on the fence. That fence line is the OB. So if you follow that line straight, not straight between the posts, that's where it's OB. If there's any questionable call about if something's out of bounds or if it's not, then the card needs to get together. You need to get a group consensus, whether it's in or whether it's out. And the benefit's always going to go to the player. So if you can't decide, you're like, I don't know, it could be one, could be the other. Then let's give the benefit to the player. It's in bounds. Let's move on. If someone says no, I'm guaranteed that's out, and someone can't come to the consensus, or it's something that maybe I didn't cover very well, then play a provisional. And some of you don't know what a provisional is. If I throw it and I've got a shot, my disc after my first throw is sitting somewhere where it might be out of bounds, might not, I don't know. Well, I'm going to finish the hole with 2 separate scores. I'm going to play it, finish it so that as if it were out of bounds, and I'm going to finish it with another disc as if it wasn't out of bounds. And then I will have 2 different scores. If you end up with the same score with both of those, which I've done before, disregard it. But if there's 2 separate scores, keep track of each one. At the end of the round, find me. If I'm out on the course, because I'm playing, this is one of my few I'm going to try and play. If I'm out on the course, send me a message. I'm going to keep on my phone. I'm on Facebook. Facebook message is the best way to go. East course, 8 a.m. 8 people on the card. I'll look at that in just a second, fellas. Tucker, Nick, give me a second. But anyways, if you have questions, you finish the round, save them, send them to me. We'll figure it out. What else? The ponds. So there's ponds on the course, and I've posted about this a little bit, but some of them are, there's a bug flying around here. But like Mike Pence with the fly on my head, and got it. Anyways, the ponds. The ponds have the grass line where they normally are when they're full. Okay, it's pretty obvious grass line because most of them just drop off and then it's mud. God, you guys are making me nervous on these tee times now. The mud is out of bounds. That line, the water's edge isn't necessarily the out of bounds. The line is that grass line that drops off is out of bounds. So if you're, especially like on that peninsula hole on hole 14 on the west course, you may overshoot the grass or skip off the grass and land on the mud. That's still out of bounds. Okay. Normal out of bounds, you play from where it was last in play. Take your meter if you want and go from there. That hole 14 on the west course. Yes, it is good. It's good manners to rake the sand if there is a rake there. Hole 14 on the west course is the one water hole that there is a drop zone, meaning if you go anywhere out of bounds, anywhere in the water or mud, that's on your first shot that's out of bounds, you'll proceed to your next shot from the drop zone with a stroke penalty. And the drop zone isn't the most forgiving of spots, so it's still, you're not most likely not going to take a three. The purpose of that is if you went out of bounds right next to where the basket is, it would be an easy three, and so people would go for it a lot more. Anyways, there's a drop zone. Take it from there. You guys that have scorecard issues, stay on here after we're all said and done, and I'll see if I can figure it out. Tee times and stuff. We'll get it figured. What else? Most everything else, most of the holes are pretty straightforward. There's not a lot out of bounds. It's pretty wide open. So be courteous. Don't throw in when other people are throwing in on the hole. Be safe. Is there going to be enough snow with the grass line that will not be visible? No, it's a drop off, and there's really no snow on it now, and it's pretty clear. It's either you're on the grass or it'll drop off into the mud, so you'll know if it's on the grass or not. Like I said, if there is a question, benefits the player. Get the card around it to decide if it's in or out. All the same tee times are not being split up. We'll figure the tee times out. Okay, at the end of the event, you finish both rounds, you're done, you've submitted the scorecard on the PDGA, and you're finished. There's not much to stick around for. You can head out, you can hang out in the parking lot. Don't hang out in the clubhouse. Don't do that. I know it's warmer in there, but there's just not a lot of space in there. So you're good to go. You can keep track. You can follow along on the live scoring. And if you end up winning, so PDGA says we pay out the top 45% of all amateur fields, meaning if there's 50 people in one division, then the top, 23 people are going to get payout. When I do stuff, I lean more towards being top heavy on that payout so that you're benefited more. No Mandos. There's more benefit to winning, to placing up high rather than placing 23rd out of 50. That, to me, that kind of feels like a participation trophy. When it's all said and done, you're going to get if you do receive payout, it'll be an infinite credit. It'll be attached to your infinite account. You should receive an email that says, hey, you've received credit. If you don't, and you feel like you did it and it's a day later, if this is on Sunday, then go take a look at your Infinite account. You log in on Infinite Disc. Up in the corner, you do the drop down. It'll say My Gift Cards. Go look there. It should be there. And if it's not, you can message me and we'll figure it out. Open divisions will pay out cash. The top 40% of open divisions will get paid out. And same situation, I lean more towards paying out more to the top heavy a little bit, but we'll pay out the top 40% regardless. And that's about all I have on the paperwork side. Is there any other questions of tee times, not splitting up courses? Have any holes? There's no holes with Mandos. There was going to be a hole, I think hole 5 on the driving range one on the east course that I was going to, but I didn't, so there's no Mandos. East coast. I'm getting messages. Let's see. Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, some of you have already done it, huh? Oh, COVID. Thank you. Okay. Coronavirus, COVID. If you have any symptoms, this is probably what I should have led with. If you have any symptoms, don't come. I'll get your money back. We'll refund whatever we got to do. If you got symptoms, don't come. let's be safe. Let's stay distant out there. If you can, if there's any time, if you're around the tee box and you guys got to be close, wear a mask. Keep your mask on out there. If you're out, if you're throwing, you don't need a mask, but keep this spaced out. Okay. Uh, let's be safe. Don't touch other people's discs. The code for PDGA scoring is RPM. RPM. Oh, look! Oh, everybody's on it, man. RPM's the code. Like I said, COVID. Be safe. Stay distant. If you have hand sanitizer, bring it with you. Keep your hands. No, you must have just jumped on, Rusty. They are not playing as hazard. Everything is straight up. That's in the thing to read too. I try to do my best to do it on YouTube and not Facebook. Look, I got everybody else answering questions for me. This is great. All right. I'll keep looking for questions. I'm going to stay on here. That's all I have. If you want to hop off, you can. If you have questions or want to keep watching this or you got any more jokes you want to tell, stay in the chat. We'll keep going. I'm going to figure out this scorecard thing, see what's going on. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. For the open division, cash will be paid out in your PayPal account. If you do cash in open, I'll get a hold of you. I'll email you, message you, whatever I got to do. If you see that you cashed, then get a hold of me. That might even be easier so I can get a hold of you. But we'll get your PayPal information and we'll send it to you digitally. Now let's see. 8:32 tea time. There's a couple people apparently. Let's see. 8:32. I don't know what it's doing. Sorry, I'm looking at this real quick. So it's not splitting up the east and the west, apparently. I'll figure that out. Let's see. Yeah, drive safe, guys. Leave with plenty of time to get there. If you're driving from somewhere farther away, like Logan or Utah Valley, drive safe. It's supposed to be snowing in the morning. Not supposed to be much snow. Rusty, the OB is the fence. So there's no OB lines that'll be covered up by snow. So any OB is a fence. The only question you might have is the pond, the water lines, because it's the grass line. But most of them are pretty severe drop off. So either you're in it or not. The course is listed on the far left of the screen. I'll figure out why it's not splitting up the east and the west. We'll figure it out. I'll have to. I think I know what's wrong. Well, I'll get it figured out. Might take me a minute tonight, but we'll get it figured out. We'll get straightened out. So keep those. You're going to keep the same tee times, everything like that. So, any other questions? Any other jokes? Let's keep it light, man. We'll get the tee times figured out. Looks like some of you have tried to get into live score, and then you can see the card that shows there's 8 people on there. Showing 2 layouts, showing you starting at the same time. I'll fix it. We'll get it squared away. Let's see. Could you split the east west course? No, it's just it's thinking it's 2 different layouts on the same course, and so I got to split up the course. So I did 2 layouts rather than 2 courses, and I got to fix that. So that's the problem. It'll take me a minute to figure out all these tee times and fix it. So, but if the tee times look funny for a second tonight, disregard it. If you want to look at them now, because what they are is what they are. But I gotta switch the courses. So, two-legged cow, lean beef. Dog in a submarine, a subwoofer. Let's see, what did the Discraft player say when he stepped up to a par 5? I better crank this drive. That's great. That's rich. Look at you, like 45 people here, just hanging out. That's what we are. Just hang out, just golfers. What we do. You like little Valentine's decorations that haven't been taken down yet? If my wife knew I was doing a live video in front of decorations that she forgot to take down, she would be a little upset. Anyways. All right. Well, it doesn't look like there's any more questions, so I'm going to end it. Oh, thank you. Yep, Jazz game's more important anyways, right? I mean, go Jazz. Okay, have a good night. If you have any questions, you can message me, but I'll fix the tee times and get that straightened out. See you in the morning. Be fun. Drive safe. Rusty, it's different on every hole, so it depends how low the water is. You'll see the grass line. You'll see the grass line up here, and then you'll see it drops off, and then there's mud. That mud is OB. That grass line up here before it drops off, that's the OB. Yeah, I've taken pictures and posted them, Rusty, on Davis County Disc Golf. You can see how there's a pretty defined grass and a drop. It's either going to be on the grass. I mean, if you're hanging off and touching the grass, you're good. But you're going to be off or on more than likely anything else. Lose the hat. Reppin'. Take note. Hashtag, right? Hashtag take note. Yeah, you can watch the videos. Check out those pictures. But there's not the only one that I was going to paint lines that I didn't was hole 1 on the East course, because there's that gate that's open in between the fence line on that west side by the parking lot. Take a straight line from pole to pole. They're only about 20 feet apart, and that's your mark. That's your line. You can kind of line it up and eyeball it. Group consensus. Benefit to the player. Anyways, good luck. Drive safe. See you later.